Okay, forget everything you think you know about TV drama. We are about to dive into a show that wasn't just a series, it was a full-blown national obsession. A K-drama that took the rulebook from melodrama, tore it into tiny little pieces, and then just lit the whole thing on fire. This is the wild story of Temptation of Wife.
And that is not an exaggeration. Seriously, this is the show that had an entire country glued to their TVs, night after night, literally holding their breath. It didn't just push the boundaries of storytelling, it completely obliterated them, creating a legend that people are still talking about today. I know what you're thinking. A mole? Really? It sounds completely absurd, right? Well, you're not wrong, and that's exactly what makes it so brilliant. That one tiny little detail is the key that unlocks one of the most unbelievable and, honestly, audacious revenge plots in TV history. And we're going to break down exactly how. Now, to really get what makes this show work, you need to know one crucial word: Makjang. It's a Korean term for a type of drama that basically throws realism right out the window. I mean, think of the craziest plot twist you can possibly imagine. A shocking affair, a secret child, a faked death. Makjang takes all of that and just cranks the dial up to 100. It's the only way to truly appreciate Temptation of Wife. So every legend has an origin story. And this one starts with a woman who seemed to have the most perfect life. You know, right before it was all viciously torn away from her. Let's meet our hero, Goo Eun Jae. She is the picture of devotion. She had these big dreams of studying in France. She had a promising career as a makeup artist, but she gave all of it up to marry the man she loved. And for 7 years, she was the perfect, doting, and completely trusting wife. And as you can probably guess, that trust is exactly what led to her downfall. Okay, so this is the moment where her world doesn't just crack, it implodes in the most brutal, unbelievable way you can imagine. This isn't just one bad thing happening. It is a full-on, catastrophic avalanche of betrayal. First, she finds out the affair isn't with some stranger. No, it's with her best friend, a woman her own family basically raised like a sister. Then the next bombshell, the affair has been going on long enough that they have a 5-year-old kid together. And just when you think there's no way it could get worse, her husband drags a pregnant Eun Jae to the ocean and leaves her to drown, trying to make it look like a suicide. It's just absolute unthinkable devastation. But here's the thing about the crazy world of Makjang. Being left for dead isn't an ending, it's an origin story. And from the ashes of that betrayal, a vengeful phoenix is about to rise. So, Eun Jae gets rescued. But the woman who comes out of that water is not the same person who went in. The sweet, trusting wife, gone. Completely. In her place, she takes on a whole new identity. Jang Seo Hee, a cold, calculating, and utterly ruthless woman. It's a 180-degree flip from an angel to a demon, and she has only one thing on her mind: revenge. And her plan, well, it's as simple as it is completely insane. She becomes Jang Seo Hee, and with nothing more than a single strategically placed mole on her cheek, her ex-husband and her former best friend have absolutely no idea who she is. She seduces him, she marries him again, and from inside the family, she starts to systematically destroy their fortune and take over their company. It's this masterful game of cat and mouse, and she's playing it right under their noses. And that mole, it's everything. It's not just a disguise. In the logic of this show, it's basically her new soul made visible. It is her war paint, it's the flag she plants to declare that the old, sweet Eun Jae is dead, and a force of nature has arrived to collect every single debt. So you've got this absolutely bonkers plot. But how did people react? Well, they didn't just watch it, they became completely and utterly consumed by it. This show became a nightly national event. The ratings were just staggering. An average daily rating of 30%, that's already incredible. But a peak of over 40%? Just think about that for a second. At its highest point, nearly half of all the TVs turned on in South Korea were tuned in to watch Eun Jae get her revenge. This wasn't just high ratings. This was a cultural phenomenon. And remember, this wasn't some weekly show you had to wait for. It aired every single day. For 129 episodes. That's more than a TV show, that's a daily ritual. It basically held the entire country hostage, leaving millions of people desperate to see what jaw-dropping twist would happen next. And all that success was cemented in culture. The lead actress, Jang Seo Hee, she won the Daesang. That's the grand prize, the absolute highest acting honor you can get, for her incredible performance. And you just cannot talk about this show without mentioning its theme song, Can't Forgive. It became an instant classic, like the unofficial anthem for anyone, anywhere, who had ever been wrong. But a story this powerful couldn't be contained by just one country. The formula of extreme betrayal followed by, oh, so satisfying revenge, well, that turned out to be a universal language. It created a legacy that spread all across the globe. I mean, the show's DNA was so potent that it even spawned its own gender-swapped spin-off right there in Korea. But then, it went global. The format was remade in China, the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, and each adaptation became a massive hit in its own right. It just proved that the temptation formula was pure television gold. And just look at how long this phenomenon lasted. It kicks off in 2008, and that same temptation blueprint was being reinvented for over a decade. The Chinese remake, in particular, was a colossal success. This was no one-hit wonder. It was a durable, replicable formula for making addictive TV. Temptation of Wife is so much more than just a drama. It's a masterclass in hooking an audience. It's a rite of passage for K-drama fans, and it is truly one of the wildest, most unforgettable rides in television history. So I have to ask, are you ready to be tempted? After all, revenge is a dish best served with a legendary mall.
To see the iconic undercover K-pop idol story that made K-pop Demon Hunters possible, click here on the right to check out our video of You're Beautiful. And don't forget to also like, subscribe, and set the reminder to be notified for more classic K-drama recommendations.